Hi everyone! So today we're going to create this sunset type of look. I'm going to be using the Androgyny by Jeffree Star Cosmetics palette for the most part. So keep on watching! Let's get started. So using my Smashbox Cover Shot eyeshadow palette in bold, I'm just taking that orange color and a big fluffy brush and I'm just placing that all over my crease as our transition color. Now taking the Jeffree Star Androgyny palette and the color Charmed and a thin tapered brush, I'm just running that color all over my crease, the same as the first color, and just layering that orange color on. Now I'm taking the color called Fetish and a smaller dome shaped brush, and I'm just placing that along my transition crease as well, just a little bit lower so you can still see the orange going through. And this is going to be the beginning of the sunset type of look that I'm going for. And you're just going to keep deepening out that red until you like how opaque it is. And I'm just going around the edges of the eye, not really focusing on the middle for now, and that's going to give you the intensity of what you want your end result to look like. Then you just do the same thing to the other eye. And don't forget to blend those harsh edges with the previous brush that you used in order to make sure that your eyeshadow looks blended and seamless. And then to make sure that the red stands out on my eyelid, I'm just going in with my MAC Soft Ochre paint pot and I'm just running that in the middle. And then I'm going to go in with that same color from Androgyny palette called Fetish. And I'm just going to place that right on top of that cream base to ensure that the color will stand out. And as you can see, I did go in with my fingers just because I thought that the color payoff would be better using my fingers, but it was actually kind of harder to control the color placement, so I went in with that same flat brush that I used to put on that cream base, and I just went over it and made sure that everything looked very opaque and to my liking. So do what you want to do, but that's just how I did it and I liked how it came out, so yeah. And I did have some fallout, as shocking as that sounds, just kidding. But I went in with my makeup wipe and I just wiped away the little bit of fallout that I did have. And then we're gonna move on to the face. Taking the Dermalogica clearing mattifier, I'm just taking a little bit of product and placing that on my T-zone because I am combination dry, so I get oily in my T-zone and then all my cheeks are very dry. I'm just gonna place that in the places that I have the most oil production. I hate the faces I make in here. It's like And then I decided to go in with my other primer, my trusty Cover FX Custom Blot Drops primer, and I did the same thing in the same places. And usually this primer keeps me matte all day long with the right foundation, but I just wanted to test out this and see how well it performs with the different foundations that I'm going to layer on today. For foundation, I decided to go in with the L'Oreal Infallible Total Cover, and I just dotted that all over the middle of my face, so pretty much my T-zone area, and then I'm gonna blend that out with my Beauty Blender. Then for the foundation on the rest of my face, I'm going to take my Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation and I'm just going to take a little bit and just swipe that on my cheeks and a little bit on my nose, and then go in with my Beauty Blender and blend that shit out. And then for concealer, I went in with my Tarte Shape Tape. And usually I don't really like to conceal to hide my dark circles because I don't really have any. So I just use concealer to highlight my face. And I'm just placing that in the usual places. So underneath my eyes, my forehead, my chin, and yeah. And then of course, I'm going to be setting that concealer with my Cover FX Perfect Translucent Setting Powder in the color Translucent Light. Then I'm going to take that orange color from the Smashbox Bold Eyeshadow Palette, and I'm just going to take that fluffy brush and place that on my lower lash line. And I wanted to do something dark, so I decided to line my waterlines with the black eye pencil from NYX Cosmetics. And I just decided to use the same thing I set my under eye powder with, that sponge, and I pulled down my lower lash line to expose my waterline because I didn't want to tug my lower lash line with my fingers. Then I went back in with Charm and a pencil brush, and I just lined that on my lower lash line. And basically I'm just doing the same thing that I did on the top to the bottom with the same exact colors. So next I'm going to go in with the color Fetish and do the same exact thing. Then I went in with a clean powder brush pretty much. It had nothing on it, and I just decided to dust away the bakage that I had going on in my face. And I think this is a E3 or E4 brush from Morphe. As for powder, I went in with an oldie but a goodie, so my MAC Studio Fix powder and that same brush, and I just dusted a little bit of color back into my face and set it the foundation. As for contouring, I always go in with the same thing, so my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, I always go for that middle color and just bronze up my cheeks a little bit to give me a bit more color. And I decided to go in with blush today. It really depends how I feel on the day of, and I decided to go with MAC Cosmetics, I think this is Desert Rose, and a blush brush, and I just sweep that on my contour pretty much, like over it, and then yeah. Then for highlight, this is probably like my ultimate highlight right here, but it's the Makeup Forever Starlit powder in 13, I believe, and it's just so freaking beautiful. Like, you just have to remember that a little goes a very long way, because if you pour too much out of this container, you're gonna be like beaming forever. Like, it gives like a wet kind of look, like effect on your skin, and that's what I really like. And it does kind of bring out a little bit of texture, but for me, I don't really have much texture on my skin. But when I do, you can definitely see it with this, because it's a very high shine powder. But look how beautiful that highlight is. And don't forget to pop some in your inner corners, because you want to be very highlighted overall. Then as for lips, I'm going to be using Jeffree Star's Velour Liquid Lipstick in the color Celebrity Skin. Then to just take away all the powderiness going on in my face, I'm going to take MAC Cosmetics Fix Plus and just spritz that all over. Then take my fan and let it dry completely down. I'm going to link Nikki Tutorial's video of like how to make your makeup last longer. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing. Then I'm going to go in with the Milani Cosmetics Make It Last Setting Spray. And I'm doing the same technique here, just spraying it on and then completely drying down my face with the fan. And that, my loves, completes this look. I hope you enjoyed watching and made it this far, and please like and subscribe. Don't forget to leave me a comment or any suggestions, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.